The good news is, like you said, everyone was able to get out okay. Crews were forced to use the jaws of life to remove 4 people from that car. Ron, people in Cedar Falls didn't have the best sight today, but that didn't stop them from wearing these and constantly looking up. The Red Cross just got here to assist that family that lives in the home. You see piles and piles of people's belongings drenched and sitting on the side of the road. They lost their home, all of their belongings, and 4 pets that meant everything to them. In fact, it doesn't even feel or look like it's snowing out here, but as you can see, it has left a layer of white on our roadways. Though he did not see the man shoot a zebra, Mike says he knows who did it. Born premature, 1-pound Aurora is fighting for her life. Mother Hannah never got to meet her daughter, but her significant other Ransom says she'd have this to say.
She was beautiful and looked just like her. I know she would have looked at me and said, "This is our child." She would have smiled. Everything that she would have done would have been perfect.
Hannah diagnosed with colon cancer, and on New Year's Eve, she was scheduled to have a mass removed, with Ransom by her side before surgery.
Her pulse was going up and her blood pressure was dropping, and she was getting really hot, so I was holding an ice pack, and I was like, you gotta calm down, breathe, slow, deep breaths, slow, deep breaths, slow, deep breaths, please. And then I told her, hey, you can't, when you go into surgery, you can't die on me. Don't die in surgery. And she goes, I'm not going to die in surgery. God's got me. And she didn't make it to surgery, so I guess she was telling the truth.
In a matter of minutes, Ransom says he lost his best friend.
Till death do us part is what we kept telling each other, and that's what happened.
But gained Aurora, their daughter.
Besides hoping that my daughter survives this, my hope is that she'll understand what happened to her mom and why. And that she won't blame herself. And I hope that she'll know from me telling her all the time how much her mom loved her.
This is the video an Oldline man received before his zebra was shot.
I'm gonna name him Fonzie.
And this is Fonzie.
The man in the video naming the stuffed animal after Mike Henniger's first zebra, Fonzie.
This is the one the guy intended to kill, but he got the other stud.
The shooter killing Taz. Mike found him on Halloween morning on his birthday.
He was shot in the gut area, and he went in the barn and died. And you can see he struggled in there. I mean, gut shots, kind of a painful death, too.
Mike says he's been getting threats for about a year, but he never thought something like this would happen.
It was pretty much indescribable. Besides, being just livestock, they mean a lot to me. But this guy said he wanted to hurt me, and I guess he did. So.
Though Mike says he knows who did this, he wants justice for Taz.
Animals are going to die, but you want them to die of natural causes, and that's still going to be hard. But it's really hard when somebody does something illegal to do it and gets away with it.
Mike, grateful the rest of his animals are all right, hopeful people continue to come see the zebras.
Oh, I just hope people still keep coming out and enjoying them as much as I do. Because I do.
Ron, dozens of authorities responded to that pileup earlier this afternoon. In fact, crews were forced to use the jaws of life to remove 4 people from that car. Take a look here. I was at the scene of the crash moments after it happened. Crews worked for some time to pull them out after it was hit by a semi. Several other cars were also involved in this pileup, including a deputy's SUV. This crash happening just miles from a crash earlier in the afternoon along the same road. I talked to a driver who was rear-ended.
Yeah, it was hard enough that it made my glasses fly in the back seat of the vehicle. It was just something that was kind of a shock.
Both families involved in the crash are okay, and as for that pileup, crews on scene tell me after they removed the 4 people from that car, they were transported to area hospitals and they were conscious. A young woman's hair matted and tangled after months of not brushing or washing it. The girl told her hairdresser she had been depressed and hadn't left her bed.
Since the beginning of the 2017 summer, that she's just been laying in bed all the time, and she'd only get up to go to the bathroom. And she didn't realize it was getting as bad as it was because she was just putting it up in a ponytail, clipping it in, and she was like, I got to the point where I just didn't care anymore.
Kaylee says when the 16-year-old girl walked into Capri Waterloo Monday, she said,
just cut it, just cut it. She's like, I feel worthless. This is even worthless to try to get through. She's like, I'm just in so much pain. And I told her, I was like, well, we're going to try to save as much hair as possible for you.
Kaylee Olson and Mariah Winger worked for 2 days to save this girl's hair.
You know, after being here the 5 hours, we got the last knot out of her hair, and I just looked at her and I was like, guess what? It's out. And she just bawled. We all bawled, but it was nothing but just like happy tears, and I'm just so glad we could do that for her.
The stylists say the young woman came into the salon sad and feeling worthless, but after a few tools, support, and love, her hair and her spirit were transformed.
She told me that she'll actually smile for her school pictures today, and that I made her feel like herself again. So it was eye-opening, and I'm so glad that we could do that for her.
I'm told the salon is giving the young woman a gift card to come back every month to get her hair done, something Capri Waterloo is hoping will continue to make her feel beautiful and worth it.